Single dropped again. Ranked?
He's just gonna kill
Excuse
me.
me?
He does so much damage! He does so much damage!
This is probably a you played
Yeah,
it,
that is me.
right? There's no way.
That is me. That is me.
Come here, man!
Yeah, look at this single drop, by the way. Yeah, holy fuck.
Oh, that's the time you uninstalled the game, right? I think.
I had so much food.
Yeah, my contact, by the way. Look at my fucking contact. I can't even talk anymore.
Oh, so I can talk,
Where
you
is it?
can't talk. Okay. Just-
So annoying.
I can't talk. I can't talk. I cannot communicate, by the way.
Down here.
Look at this.
My goodness.
By the
Text
way,
chat.
the behavior score
Disabled.
on the top, right? Mine is 12,000. It's always been 12,000.
Oh, to my
But my communication score has always been low.
Oh,
Every single time my communication score goes
Oh
low.
my god, don't die.
So
don't
funny,
die.
it's so
You talk too much. You talk too much, Harry.
Yeah, I actually shit on people, by the way.
What speed?
Like, I don't give a fuck.
Behavior is like griefing. You know, you get reported for that shit. Those are like separate reports, basically.
Never get reported for that.
Speed
Never.
running to the toilet.
I'm literally.
With your hand on your bum.
I take back every nice thing I've ever said about you.
You wanna watch the anime while we queue or something?
No, not barbecue. What the fuck is that?
Don't ever talk
Yeah. Fucking.
Many furnaces.
I can't laugh like that. I can't.
Look at how many people actually got banned from my reports, by the way. Action taken,
I
action
could
taken.
place the furnace down.
So many as well.
That is how that works. You have to pay me. You said diamond.
I mean, I think it only shows like four defaults, right?
I thought I heard.
Like it, I don't know how much it shows.
Footsteps.
No, I think.
On September 29, 3 people got
Very distinct.
action taken on.
Hey, that
The ones I reported. On September 22,
Do we farm a little?
September
bit?
18. Oh my god.
Let's go farm, yeah.
Yeah.
6 people in
Let's
September
all
18.
farm together for a bit.
Yeah,
Interesting.
let's go this way and farm.
But why is the game not loading?
Okay,
Oh,
does
you
anyone
didn't connect.
have-
You
I'm
didn't
gonna
connect.
go real quickly.
Anyone have any turnip?
You did not connect.
Yeah.
That's what-
Fucking how much?
Radish?
2 minutes ago.
What's your PC? What's your PC?
Wait, is that a thing?
I'm pretty sure beef
CPU changed. The otherwise it's like the same. The
Fair-
processor is this one now.
Okay.
2600.
You might
What's
be
your
right.
GPU?
Beetroots or beets?
Same.
You guys ever had
1070 Ti.
Beats by Dre.
What
Bears
do they taste like?
beat Battlestar Galactica.
The Office.
He's in the nether.
What?
It's fine, my compass is locked on where he was last. We can go straight to his portal and go follow him. Quick.
George.
Yeah.
George. I got an idea.
Yes.
Might have clocked in 30 hours. Last 4
Quite unlucky boy. 6.5 hours daily. Unlucky.
A man is dozing off while on cake duty, as everyone frantically prepares a birthday party for the guest of honor. The mystery person is outside the door, so the party guests forcefully put on unsettling grins, except for the cake bearer. The door swings open, and the birthday boy wearing a paper crown walks in on the guests screaming happy birthday. As the group starts singing, the cake bearer's expression becomes more depressed. The boys' cheer turns to annoyance, and he snapped. What's with the face? A guest tries to warn him, urging him to smile, but the man has had enough, as he drops the cake on the ground.
Okay, what do you make? Why does Axe have like acha?
Cheerfully declares
That's why.
the death penalty. This is the intro to Grimace, released in 2023 by Hiroki. And sadly, we're not talking about the mascot. It's a survival horror series about a family moving into an apartment complex with a strange rule. Whenever you're in front of the owner, you must always smile. The premise at first seems very interesting, with the family trying to find a way to escape the apartment. It's a survival horror series about a family moving into an apartment complex with a strange rule. Whenever you're in front of the owner, you must always smile. The premise at first seems very interesting, with the family trying to find a way to escape the apartment. But the series has gotten a very bad rep from fans, leading it to get axed within 3 volumes. The series was so bad that not even the fan translator didn't want to continue the series. So today, Let's dive into the first volume of the series and find out if Grimace deserves all that hate that it gets.
Okay.
But if you guys want to see more anime content like this,
Now their neighbor drops by. Koji Town soon introduces himself as they see the owner, they must always wear a smile. The boy with the crown soon introduces himself as the owner. June asks what happens if they don't follow the rule, and Yusako ominously replies, "You'll find out."
Pakistan is invited
Later
us.
that night, the man who was carrying the cake in the beginning
They
tries
say,
to
ha 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 ha.
fails.
What is happening?
Panic, he runs away from the apartment complex.
I think they're in the server call. No, it's that guy alone. Design is not there.
They are.
Meanwhile, the owner
Oh, you-
enjoys a bowl of cereal on the fourth floor, when suddenly, the man's mouth starts filling up with cereal. The next morning, Koji goes to take out the trash and sees police investigating the building. The man's body has been found,
Keep on going.
an apparent suicide, but June suspects that the owner is behind it. As the parents break the
Wait, what is the game sound? You
the
know?
doorbell rings.
Wait, karo, do
Kya hua?
Yusako appears in a panic, asking if they talk to the
Are
police.
we doing like a
Before
5-man
June
fucking
answers,
party or something?
A hand is placed
On
on her
LP,
shoulder,
really?
and she forces a smile. The owner has appeared. Introducing himself to June, the owner is
Oh, they
interrupted
changed
by Koji,
PA's
who
acts?
asks about the rule. The owner claims that it's an experiment to
Oh, they moved
foster
Phantom
neighborly
Knight to
kindness
her
and assist that
acts.
the family
I guess
participates.
that makes sense.
Mana
It was
refuses,
really good.
saying that she won't be
As a
causing
shard.
any trouble, which displeases the owner. However, Yuito
Kinda sucks
diffuses
that
the
she does not have the break
tension,
anymore, but
and the owner leaves with Yusako. That night, the family is asleep until Koji wakes
Wait,
up.
isn't this
to
like a
find
huge
Yuto in
nerf
front of
then?
him, with June and Mana hanging beside him. He quickly
Buggy?
rescues them as the owner watches from his window. Though his wife and daughter are
Buggy
asleep,
Banana though.
the doorbell rings
Watching a
again.
video. What are you saying? Hello?
Hmm.
What? Jaldi.
What are you watching, buddy? No, it's fine.
What am I watching? Watching this bro. Watch my screen.
Koji
What was
rushes
that?
the door only to find
What was that, buddy?
outside, complaining about noise.
What was
If
that?
I say it, I'm gonna keep singing it the entire month. I'm not gonna sing
He reaches for the doorknob, but
it.
doesn't
There
open
was
the door.
traumatic horror
Koji
manga
doesn't
that
really
got
care
axed.
if he obeys
Grimace full
or
story.
opposes.
Nah, I'm
It
good.
really doesn't matter to
Don't
him.
really care about
Grimace
mangas.
so far has been an interesting read.
The man
premise
goes.
alone of escaping an immature child of power seems pretty fun, especially when we get to the part where they actually want to escape. The first two chapters are to build up to it, which they did a good job at. I love the family that we're following. They're just a happy family with the
Buggy,
exception
nothing?
of the
Nothing to say,
daughter,
Buggy?
who isn't mean. She's just going through a very hard time moving into a new place, which is really relatable. The owner is definitely the most intriguing character, though. From what we've learned in these two chapters, I say he's just a childish brat that meant good in the beginning but then turned into a power-hungry murderer. And that's all we know about him. We don't know his name, his origins, or even how his powers work, and we probably won't know any of this until the end of the series. All we can do now is just speculate, but I find that to be one of the best ways to experience a series like this.
This might be a little cringe. The mom who
The next day, the Shirotani family discussed a terrifying event
What was that, Buggy? The man who sold the word?
when they're interrupted by screams outside. Yusako is being berated for not alerting the residents of the owner's arrival. As the yelling continues, the owner steps out, and everyone forces a smile. He chats to the residents like normal until he reaches Koji, who responds with a forced grin, satisfying the owner. At the kitchen table, the family decides to leave the apartment complex that Now, the sad truth about a lot of horror manga series is that some of the The series opens with a car flipped upside down, a man trapped inside calling out for his daughter, Chica, as footsteps approach. He wakes up in an unfamiliar room. Suddenly, a little pig dressed in human clothes enters the room, asking if he slept well. The man, convinced the pig is just a child in a costume, demands to know where his daughter is. The pig reassures him that Chica is safe in the lobby, so Suspicious, but desperate, the man follows the pig and enters a room filled with more talking animals. He spots Chica among them. A deer named Annis,
No, I didn't.
who appears to be the leader, warmly invites them to join for a meal.
You were kicked
As
from the party. I got
the man
kicked.
insists that they leave to go to the hospital. But Annis persuades him to visit the farm.
They,
first.
as I said, they don't want to play. They don't want to play LP. They
It's a place where the
did
livestock
5 man and then they realized I had LP. They
the
kicked.
father and daughter are locked up to determine their meat quality. Annis and his crew arm themselves and prepare to hunt down the duo. The scene
Yeah, I
shifts
wonder
to
why.
Chica escapes
I wonder who else doesn't have LP.
down
Buggy.
to a boy who seems off, and he suddenly attacks the father, calling for his master.
Okay.
A dog with a shotgun.
Okay, now there are
kills
4
the
though.
boy instead of the father, allowing them to flee. However, the father is caught in a bear trap, and he urges Chica to run as he screams in pain. A hog tracks them down with the help of the bloody trap, sniffing around for their scent. The father hides behind a log, but the hog finds him and amuses about eating humans raw, even if it angers the leader. Just as the hog bites his ear off and prepares to decapitate him,
But
the hog
is this
gets
like
stopped.
a
Annis
action?
emerges,
What's it
scolding
called?
the hog for his
Is this like a just an
brutality,
animation
but
issue?
ultimately-
Look at this, right? Watch it.
Yes.
Look, it's gonna take like 5 years after I throw a dagger for Pierre to jump. Is that supposed to happen?
No.
You're seeing it like this. Look, 1, 2.
I think it's because
It takes so long.
try like spamming W right after dagger. See?
Okay, yeah. But why? If you just do it like this, it just
Yeah, the thing you're doing.
It just
is
cues it like
using
for
like a Q. It's like a shift click thing. The way you're doing it. Like you remember how shift click works, right? It's like the guy completely stops and then does the next thing.
this is shift Q, isn't it? Look, it's like almost instant. Look.
No, but like try like picking something up or like attacking a different target after it gets killed or something like that. Like try on creeps or something.
No, it's still fast. It's still instant. Look.
It's not though. You're pressing it multiple times, aren't you? Or you're pressing it
I'm
to the-
shift clicking it. I'm doing W and then I'm pressing the shift W to hit this. That's what's happening.
Do it again. No, the shift command doesn't even go off. What? Animal.
Okay, let's do it like this.
Yes. See?
I mean, it almost did it instantaneously as well, though, after killing. Look. Give me a second. Compared to like. It's still faster than just throwing out a dagger and then throwing the W. Look.
I think it's because of Ags.
Look at the fuck.
I think it's because of Ags. Or sorry. With Ags it's not even the same anymore? Okay. I don't know. Wait.
Yeah, it just takes like.
Try daggering and then shift Wing. Dagger and then shift W. See? So it works
Still
like
almost the same.
it works like a shift W, yeah, as I said.
So if you do this first, it just can't. It just kind of like ignores the Q and just jumps as soon as
Yes.
as soon as it's available.
Your animation cancelling basically with this.
Holy shit! That explains how fucking my spells take like 5 years to go off. They say. What do I pick here, Boogie?
Stop screenshot. Stop screenshot. Stop screenshot.
Call my name like a Rendy Gaming, like a Boss Gaming coming to you. Gaben hates. Where's he hate? Oh, hates me.
Wake up, filthy. Oh,
The Veeb.
they have got the Usopp. They have got the Usopp. Oh my god.
Might have lost. Might have lost me.
I don't think you know who that is, bro. I don't think-
forgiving him. The father is
Probably like looking how ugly that is. That's probably like a One Piece character. Nothing, right? Nothing. Yeah.
This is the beginning
amid
of the
an
main
enemies.
character, revealing his distaste
What is
for
this?
Smile.
Enemies. Zero
Yushi
stand by Fisher on
Kamome,
emit an
his
echo.
struggling
Continue
journalist,
by
hasn't released any good stories lately.
echo slams.
His boss
Current
warns
echo
him that
damage.
if he
What the
doesn't
fuck
bring
does
in a
that
good
even
story
mean?
soon, then he'll be
Enemies stand by
fired.
Fisher.
Later that day, while Yushi is at home, he hears
No,
a
I'm
knock
trying
at
to
his
fucking
door.
read the.
Standing outside
one
is
is,
a
like,
group of
easier to
smiling
understand.
religious recruiters who
It's
claim
like
that they want to
just a
help
radius
him
increase on
find his smile.
after every
Yushi
6 I
immediately
get.
screams at them to
But
just
this one is
F
like
off
fucking
and tries to
a Bible.
slam the door shut.
Enemy
But
heroes stand by Fisher.
one of the
emit an
women
echo
wedges her
to
hand in the
each
doorframe,
nearby
stopping
unit
her.
within a
She
400
politely
radius,
insists that he takes a pamphlet.
dealing damage
In
to
response,
60%
Yushi
of echo
crushes her
slams, current
fingers in
echo
the
damage.
door, but when he opens it again, the women simply laugh
So what, your Fishers
creepily
deal like
instead of
60%
crying in
damage?
pain. One of them hands him the pamphlet
Like
for
if
their
you
church, the Shinsho
throw a fish out on
Society.
them?
Yushi glances at it and then freezes when he recognizes
That's what I
one of the
can
smiling
gather.
faces on the pamphlet. It's
But they have a
Megumin,
cancerous
his
team, but
wife.
what the fuck is that?
That night, Yushi goes to a bar to
You're
meet with a
DK
detective
Shaman.
named Yozumi. Yushi asks if he knows anything about the Shisho Society. Yozumi looks shocked and then urges him to stop investigating them immediately. He offers Yushi another case to cover instead, but Yushi insists that he isn't chasing a story this time. Yozumi grows serious and then gives him one last warning.
My name.
Do
Buggy,
not
we have a
get
Joker, Buggy.
involved
We have a Joker
with the
in the game.
Shisho Society. Sometime later, we
Oh,
cut
yeah?
to the future.
Hello?
Yushi
He took Agent of Galaron, Buggy. गिलियां गिलियां आँखां इन आँखां ਨੂੰ मैं तक okay
बड़ा पागल हो गया पागल हो गया Agent of Galaron. Agent of your mom, bro. That's what I'm.
As the twins direct,
Agent of your mom. Yeah.
I
That's
go.
good.
what is that laugh Buggy? The fucking I forgot the name of that guy, you know, the fucking Kung Fu Panda में होता नहीं है क्या कहते हैं the voice actor of that guy Mantis.
Yeah, really?
He laughs like that. Hey,
What about like
hey,
man-
fo, hey.
Ha 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 ha.
Aha, ha 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 ha, ha ha, aha.
मतलब मैं तुम्हें रंडी बनने लगा हूँ मैं सही है ना? Come on then. पागल हो गया है रंडी save them.
Did I save him? I fucking okay. You're actually trolling, right?
आ जाएगा और नीचे बनने जा रहा है नीचे बनने जा रहा है अरे lol lol lol
Ha ha, ha ha, ha ha
oh my
ha
god if
ha.
he right click the Zeus there the shaman is an animal only if he right click the Zeus
Buggy, why do you have two supports in the lane?
no
Buggy, I guess I'm going top then. Ha ha, ah ha 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 ha, ha ha, ah ha ha ha, ha ha, ha 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 ha.
oh they're tanking tower hits they really want my asshole they want my sexy asshole कोई तो बचा सकता है oh he's last hitting
Did you see that? Oh, come on.
As the twins direct, खूनखार दरिंदा खूनखार दरिंदा यार कैसा भी है
Say ha 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 ha. Buggy, what is this fucking tri lane by the way? Why are we? What is this?
pull the lane
I'm under attack.
shall I teach you how to pull the lane I might have to do so.
By the flayed
Yeah.
Do me a favor.
Buggy,
Right click
buggy,
on the shaman.
buggy.
As the twins direct.
Actually, no, get back. So Harold, you know the build I'm going with. Like obviously you know the build.
Dagon. 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 Your mother gone also?
I go.
It's
तो Harold, मैं इतना बता सकता हूँ. They just what the fuck? Why?
They thought you were dead there. You were extended into like 3 people. I don't blame them. But
So it shall be.
I was in the
they Buggy, help me here.
Should never help.
The search continues.
Buggy. Actually trolling, by the way. When I was trolling,
Flayed one.
I am trolling. You wanna go secure
Like, why did he-
with a 10 HP plus seeker against a Shyling. I'm the one trolling. Me. This guy is trolling.
not even gonna bother to like do anything, bro. Just throw your W there. It's
Mentally
fine.
insane. Listen to what I'm saying.
Just throw your W there, bro.
Never. My mana is very important in this game to secure creeps. Never.
Twins.
Just base the W. That's what you want to do. Just base the spell. Base some. Use? Nah, bro.
So when I was going,
I go.
so when I was going
This guy, go on this guy.
Dagon.
Take it. I need the tank. Randi की बच्ची यार. Fuck, I'm lagging. The best part
Why?
about this
Why are they-
is the fact that they're not even blocking this camp. It's my favorite part about this game. Like they just don't care about this camp. They don't care about this building.
Twins direct.
Go fight this, come.
I go. As you will.
Oh, they have vision there.
For the flayed.
Yeah. Throw. Ooh, ha, ha, ha. Throw. Ah.
Sorry, I don't know if you know, but like I'm like an ancient player now.
You're saying put respect on your name? Is that what you're saying, Boogie?
Like, kind of advanced right now.
Are you saying put respect on your name, Boogie?
Man, you're so hit. Okay, fine, go
Shit.
do this guy. Press it. I beg you to. Like anyone. I don't care. I'm not gonna die, but you're dead.
Are you sure? I'm the one gonna die? Courier, by the way. Nice courier, but
Yeah, and they're not gonna.
through.
Oh!
Oh.
My god, I beg
I don't have my stun. I don't have my stun yet. 1 second.
Like, they are
Okay, now I do.
last time. This is really fast.
If only we can focus on the same guys.
Shaman doesn't die. He has the speed. Don't anyone but Shaman. Actually, maybe best guy. I have speed. This guy not take lead.
Through. Ooh, through.
Flayed one.
Aja. Fuck, man.
Very well.
My support's not gonna buy me HP though. Like, that's for sure. Oh, he has a tango.
Push.
He has a tango.
For sure, nigga. For sure,
He
nigga.
has a tango. Really give it to him. He has a tango.
Yes.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Why can't I take that tree? What the fuck was that?
Enough hide and seek.
Through. Ooh,
Oh, my mid though.
through.
Oh, hell no. Oh, this ward.
Through. Ooh, Get the ward.
As you
The
wish.
ward just broke.
Okay.
Why is she so fat? Oh, brace her. I'm dead.
Careful. I have a salve on you if you want to use.
As the
Give me after.
direct.
Three.
Tower is under attack.
I think we can kill them.
Through. I'm dead. What?
I don't need you.
Tower is under attack.
Through. Through. But yeah, I'm going insane. What do you think?
Indeed, I was There's 4 people bottom. This invoker is just. What?
Get back, dude. Get back.
Not yet.
No, there is this top laner is enemy.
Just get back. I literally TP to save you.
Under attack. Be careful. Your bottom tower has fallen.
Can you commit here? I'm not sure. Hard game.
These guys are actually enemies. What the fuck is his top lane? Okay, I think it's one of those games.
Should not happen. Your rank is decent.
I don't think. Yeah. Maybe dragon.
By the flayed ones.
Let me think.
Okay, you wanna do this? Sure.
As you wish.
Nothing. Not talking to you.
Not yet. The search.
Are you sure that someone's far?
What's the... I think fucking Venom was like trying to troll there. Like,
I get it.
if Invoker can...
I'm gonna go. क्या कहते हैं? Portal, I think it's called.
Shaman is also here.
Doesn't matter.
Yes.
If the fucking Joker can like do something,
He's sunstrikes.
Very well.
he's right here.
Okay, I'm on my way.
You're way too far at this point. Get back.
Oh my god. Why me? Say someone else.
Venom jungling.
We're playing without one guy. Okay, this guy's missing you.
The Venom jungle PTSD, yeah.
Your top tower is under attack.
Except I think you didn't even go virus. Did you?
No.
He has blink.
Yes.
Oh my god, he has blink.
I'm not ready.
Yeah, technically I'm not even doing bad. Because I'm 5 kills. Why does Invoker not press a single spell? Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
He's hasted by the way. PD there.
Dire's courier has been
It's
killed.
not time yet. By the flayed ones.
What's this guy doing? Is he just here to breathe? It's a mega kill now. At least press a spell on someone. Oh my god. Is he blind? Is the Dragon Knight blind? I need to know this. Okay, I think he's actually blind. Is he actually blind? Oh, he's blind. Ah!
Your middle tower is
Okay.
Ready.
Oh.
So it shall
Oh.
be. It's
Go,
not
go, 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 go. Go, 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 go.
not yet.
Please go.
Flayed twins guide me. Not yet. Very
This guy is really making calls by the way. Defend tower. Lamau. Let him.
I'm back in. Surely I do something. Hey! No! I'm gonna lose my mind. You got the kill. Why am I the tank this game? Do I just go like hard or something? Oh, best thing I've ever seen. She has 0 items, by the way. You guys are actual creeps. What the fuck? Listen, why am I the tank, bro? Yeah,
She's making a defusal for starter.
Okay, go. We kill all of them. Can I kill 2? Oh, I don't have much.
Like, how is this invoker? What is he doing?
Fuck!
enough hiding.
Bro.
By the flayed ones. It's not time yet.
They do have a fucking NP that's gonna rat us to shit later.
Time yet. I've gone.
Do you wanna go on someone? Maybe
Yes,
this
go,
retard?
Go ahead. DK.
Oh, Deegan.
Not ready.
They have vision there. No point. You deny this really quick.
Not yet. I'm not ready.
The thing is, they're gonna TP and we're just gonna bullshit.
It's not time yet. Twins guide me.
How does he know, bro? How does he know?
Blood is in the
Shaman.
I'm dead, you fucking animal.
They have vision here.
Everyone bow down. Oh, she accident. It was an accident, I bet.
by the flayed ones.
I shouldn't have ruptured there actually. I'll kill someone now if I can rupture.
Vision here, by the way. Careful.
Very well.
Jeez! Yes! Anything, anyone, anything. I beg, man. Holy fuck. It's so sad. This game is so sad. How am I eating every single spell in the game? I have an idea. I actually go back. Not actually. Look at how fast I am because of the movie. It's kind of funny.
Not
Also,
yet.
the guy's a lot of fun. Why can't I see him?
Not ready.
Not good at all.
Fuck, man.
It's not
He saw me.
time yet. As the twins direct. It's not time yet. The twins
Your
guide
middle
me.
tower is under attack.
I'm not sure how to super this video.
For the flame one. Very well.
If I had any other hero than Bloodseeker, this would be a fucking.
Not
Okay,
yet.
I'll come here. Especially.
As
Okay, Nanderson only after 18.
Oh. I came here and he's having skinny.
enough hide and seek.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's not time yet.
Our blink is like 500 gold away.
Ones.
Did you have
Everyone else is like kind of.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, Echo just one person and died. I couldn't even get in range. What are you on about?
I'm not ready.
Why is everything so big?
Oh, you look at Ben Ranger.
This is some wicked sick stuff, Rick, because he just wicked sick.
That's right. There was a monster kill.
This game is way too
Why, yeah? Fuck it.
Like you're playing against boss and
By the flayed ones. Very well.
Through. Buggy. Dig it.
No, get back. Go on, Joe. Please. Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh my god. It's too easy. Easiest 1 minute of my life, actually. I can do that.
Nice.
Oh, I'm so fucking tanky now because of when I turn the strong. It's so funny.
It's not time yet.
I don't think I die now. I think I actually die.
Guide me. I'm not ready. I go.
Go on anyone, actually. With the ward here?
Flayed one.
Why is he centering as a Zeus? That might be the best thing I've ever seen. I ain't dying.
I'm going in.
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Animal!
Ah!
You're an animal! I was asking if you're stunned to stop his TP.
Oh, his TP is cancelled.
I don't die.
I have one stun. There we go.
Double kill.
Actual kill stealers in game, by the way.
Bloodseeker, tank. Bloodseeker. All sneak. No matter the role, just steal all their fruits. Come, let's kill.
I
Someone's
don't-
gonna be here. Someone's gonna be here.
Yeah,
I see
DK is
now.
alive and
No.
this bitch is gonna be alive in 5, yeah.
Wait, I can go.
As you wish.
Sanj. Oh, I can go Sanj and Yasha.
I'm not ready. Not yet.
Where the fuck are my wards, actually?
Enough hide and seek. It's not time yet. Not yet. As the twins direct. It's not time yet.
Stack. Did he just get us now?
No. No, it's on CD. It's gonna come back up soon. Buggy, what do we do here? Do we board somewhere? Do we just play defensive? What's the plan?
Wait for them to go. I just need items.
Not yet. So it shall be.
Try to board the homeland areas.
This is BKB recipe, right? That's what I'm making it.
Search continues.
जल्दी क्यों क्यों आ रही है? साले जलाते रहते हैं चीजें क्या है ये? We could smoke actually. Do you have smoke? Maybe smoke?
Yeah, there you go. Shaman is coming up.
Not there. No, go anywhere but there. I just walk backwards all the way down.
Shaman is dead. Where are you? Oh, you're going on draw. Okay, I'm coming.
Anyone
Yeah.
It's a killing spree over
You guys
here.
got DK. That's worth. That's actually worth. I think push power now. You alone go mid.
Fucking.
Okay, this is unwinnable
What?
because no one's gonna push ever. That might be the issue. Okay, everyone's coming. Wow, actually, the spam picking them up. Go understand? Link. We're not linked yet. And you can safely walk up and see when Bob and Link is there. There's 3 people. And you have 4. Nothing to be scored.
Not yet.
That'd be about it.
It's not time yet. Yes. Send me strength. Your bottom tower is under attack. Not
Buggy, shaman, buggy, shaman.
How this guy get killed? Fuck. Chase the drone, chase the drone.
Where the fuck did he fuck off, dude? Did he TP out?
Okay, just go mid. Or actually, no.
It's not time yet.
Where's my shard dude? That's some baddie. Even more tank.
Play it wise.
Yes, sir.
Haste. I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
And I might have the best build in this entire game, by the way. Like, you need to see that thing.
Time yet.
I don't think I'm
I know. Magic reduction, magic is like fucking BKB.
And I'm going game by game. And there's dragon. Like, why is dragon here? Like, can anyone tell me this? By the way, come here. Whoever comes, we kill, okay?
I go.
You sure? 4 people
Yeah,
are alive.
No.
Shaman is coming back.
Come here.
Wait, this is a troll by the way, on both of us.
Cha-ching.
Okay, this guy.
What's the plan? Do we just go?
Wait.
By the flayed ones.
He's gonna push wave. Don't shoot to the wave, please. Oh my god. Go! Okay, stun. Okay, now run back. DDF. You're not TPing.
Wings guide.
This is a
Do you want me to TP in tower vision?
Playmaking. That's the difference. Okay, go.
It's not
I'm quite far coming.
as the twins direct.
I don't think they kill me like ever. I don't think they ever kill me.
I'm not ready.
Look at me.
Shaman can catch you. What the fuck are you doing? Listen, I will not be able to help you there. Like, what are you doing?
Hindi ke bache kahan gaye?
Ready.
What the fuck, man? You're so scared of me. Okay, take cover. I don't think they fight without me. Or I can snake. Oh, this is a show. That's fine.
If you go for who?
If nature ban qualified, the game is Herald, go Western.
Open your bay.
Someone has us. Venom.
Not ready. Not yet.
6 charges.
As you wish.
Okay, now we get the fuck back.
It's not
All the
time
way.
yet.
Let them die.
They wanna
Time.
push. I'm gonna get
You wanna
promotes.
smoke? You wanna smoke? I'll tell you where to go if you have smoke.
I can buy smoke. Not right now. You're not on me. Can we kill this DK?
Not even go close. Okay, kill him.
I think it's illusion.
No, it's not, dude. Follow him.
There's no way that's real. Dude, Drow and nature has like insane fucking damage. What the fuck? Where was Zeus? Oh, Zeus was dying in base. That's what's up. Yeah, he was dying in base.
Your middle tower is under attack.
I think the game is over.
Your middle tower is under attack.
They can just end here.
Your middle tower
They can just end here. I don't know where they're getting dragged. What? Are you okay?
The smokers have
Your top tower is under attack.
Yeah. Okay.
Fortified.
Actually, yeah. Keep going, keep going. Solo echo right now. Too far, too far. Please don't let me die. That's my goal. Okay, go. Smoke the team and we'll go. Okay, who the fuck is that? It's Veno. I think that's Veno.
One is right here.
Come here.
Time.
Oh my god. I'm gonna save my rupture for one.
For the road.
I'm gonna go ward buggy. Can you protect me?
Green will dry.
I'm gonna be warding here.
Keep going, is that?
Time yet.
Maybe? Okay. Okay, now we get back at it because I don't know. Actually,
I don't have mana though.
we need your echo. Get back at it.
This search.
I don't have mana. No echo.
Let's get back. Refill if you can. Is there a regen here? Yeah, there is. You know what? I might annoy
Okay,
you.
what do I
By the flame.
make here? BKB, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, amazing ultimate by Shaman, by the way. Did you see that? Amazing
No.
bait. Amazing fucking bait. The segment is ultimate is.
As
I see them. We can go. You want to try?
Thinking.
I can buy back. I'm coming.
Come on, bro. Don't slap the guy. Surely he's not gonna I think the game's over.
Could not have died there. Holy shit, that was like a buyback.
These niggas
I think
have
I go
two
refresher.
blades.
Huh?
Our teammates have 2 serial blades. Oh, they're gonna go to shop.
I don't know.
You have a good?
Wait, nahi, refresher?
Yeah. Should have been high instead of first. Pick up.
They have vision. They have vision on this whole area. It's like actually fucking.
Not on shop. Not on shop. You have to go.
I actually don't. I'm actually not even gonna go in here.
Okay, listen. You have echo, right? You have echo soon. Walk towards
Uh,
the shop. Ward there. Just I don't have slots.
the search continues. I'm not ready. Yes.
Why am I so fast then?
I'm gonna have a fucking shield, man.
I go.
Well, kill.
Not time.
I'm coming.
BT.
Am I?
Did you see that? Let them go.
So I'm watching Zeus buy sentries instead of just using his W.
Actually, Harold, buy Yule. Buy Yule. Like I said,
Yule.
don't use Yuru's
Save
setup
you.
or anything. Just like use it to save. It stuns me. By the way, they're Roshani.
Yule does not.
No.
I can't Yule on you. Okay.
Roshani. You can Yule the enemy that's hitting me. Gondro. What the fuck?
Buggy. NP.
I got the Aegis.
He had
No,
BKB.
Shan
BKB
fell to
TP.
the shaman wards, by the way. And then I just walked in and took the Aegis. Like, no one was in the pit, only shaman. Hello. Run.
I'm coming.
So slow. Did you buy Yule?
Enough hide and seek.
Now it's complete. You guys need to push though. Like no one's pushing.
Continues. Not yet.
Zeus is jungling.
Animals. I reckon 12.
Come top.
I'm not ready. As the twins direct,
Well, here's the issue though. I
not
can't keep
ready.
my... What's it called?
I go.
My quelling
Not
ward.
yet.
Where I can, just not doing Aegis.
The twins guide.
Do you have
You
a
gotta
whistle
chill out. We
buggy?
can't be fighting without team. at this point.
Yeah, I don't even have buyback.
It's not time yet. As
Nice move speed, Buggy. Nice move speed. Buggy, nice move speed. Buggy, you do not have boost.
Can we smoke?
How the fuck are you gonna catch up to them? Smoke is on. Go down. Smoke is on. Go down.
Interesting. Okay, so they're all spread out. Come top.
as the twins
There's a vision. Where?
The
Sentry?
sentry. Oh, animal! Animal.
He's saying use. So I'm guessing he's saying go die. Have we?
Harold, what the fuck?
Think
Where's
that-
my agony?
Fucking dog shit.
I built it though. Why did I build it?
Should have read it. It's like I think fucking.
It's actually pretty good. It's pure damage on stuff. I don't know what exactly.
I think you lose more effective HP by doing that, but I guess it's like situationally. Buggy, I think they all have almost BKBs, right? So if they go on you, I cannot like even interrupt them. Draw has BKB. This nigger has BKB.
Go and make it.
This guy has BKB.
I lived long enough to have the BKBs be over. I'm pretty sure. Okay, let's go home. You have to go home. There's nothing to do here.
Yeah.
Let whoever's there.
Oh,
Oh man.
Very well.
Let's switch it again.
Yes. Playing one. By the flayed one.
yeah. Then why are you there? Just get back. That sucks. I can go in by the way.
Go? Why do you not go on through?
I'm dead.
Easiest sailboat of my life.
Okay. So when I got that guy, then I got Brandon. You got Shaman. And they just should die here, but
I can't kill better with this video.
By the flayed one.
oh man.
Now I eat my agonyms. Then
As the twins direct.
That was really nice. That was like 1 for 4. That was really nice. Unfortunately, like we can't capitalize on this. Like, not gonna push.
Yes. So it shall be. Very well. Your so it shall be.
surely we don't get
DK is coming back.
Strike.
DK is coming back.
Yes, he died.
Zeus thinking it's a good idea to walk into melee range. Zeus walks into melee range. And he also has used buybacks.
Also,
So
why are you at home? What's with that?
because I just revived him.
Oh,
I was dead.
that is dying like Harry or something. Now game is over.
You are dead for a minute, unfortunately.
Surprised we got this far.
He's dominating now! He's dominating!
I have buyback, but
Travis should die.
they are gonna get megas here, though, unfortunately. He can't even normal come back, he's almost getting better than that. Dude, Invoker has no spells, I think. Like, what is he doing? Yeah.
Your middle tower has fallen.
now going undercover, has infiltrated the Shisho Society in search of Megumin. Having completed his initiation, he is now considered a member of the cult. While mingling with some other members, some ask him for some blessings, which
unsurprisingly, Benno
basically
and
just means
Booker
donating money.
party.
One member invites him to a special event happening that very moment. Yushi follows
not
and enters
considered
a
a game
large
dev, by the
gathering
way.
hall where hundreds
Like,
of
what the fuck
members are
was that,
chanting for
actually?
Father Shoen. A strange-looking man appears before the crowd, declaring that the most beautiful thing in the world is a smile. On his command, everyone in the room erupts into hysterical laughter. The next day, Yushi begins investigating the cult. The Shisho Society was founded in 1998 by Father Shoen and has grown to over 25,000 members. Aside from that, Yushi can't find any
Are you playing more?
No, not right now.
information on them. Their public image is pretty much just spotless. However, he does stumble upon a website run by the Shisho Society Victims Association. Just as he's about to click on it, his internet connection suddenly cuts out.
In New York, I merely rock. I didn't
Who would win in a fight to the death? An X-ray hacker or a fly hacker? They can only use those specific hacks. Who would win? What hack is more powerful? I challenged my friend to a no-rules, hacker versus hacker duel to the death to answer that question. This is Hack versus Hack. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe. It's free, and you can always change your mind. Enjoy the video. I'll go on your...
I hate time travel. Every time I get recommended a time travel movie, it always gives me a bad taste in my mouth. Steins Gate, Summertime Rendering, and Back to the Future were really the only stories I was able to enjoy, but either way, it was always hard to just keep up with the different timelines and the way the situations have changed. So I was actually shocked at how addicted I got to Psychopaths, a horror mystery series made in 2022 by Honda Shingo. It's about a detective who time travels back to the past to prevent horrific crimes that happen. The catch is that the detective goes back in time in somebody else's body. For such a normal concept, I did not expect the amount of messed up stuff in this manga. It's becoming one of my favorite series to read, so shout out to the people that actually suggested it to me in the comments. So today, we're gonna dive into the first 2 arcs of this series and break down just how wild and shocking this series can get. And trust me, this series can get really weird.
But if you guys want to see more anime content like this one, then why not go down and hit that subscribe button.
If you guys want a part 2 to the series, then let's go ahead and reach 2K likes on this video. But without further ado, let's get on with it. The story kicks off with Godai Itsu, a hot-headed 26-year-old detective, taking down a Yakuza operation, only to get chewed out for using excessive force. He's tough, but cares deeply for his 17-year-old sister, who he's been raising on his own. The very next day, Itetsu is transferred from the 1st section to the 5th, which raises a red flag since there are only supposed to be 3 sections. When he arrives, he's greeted by a man dressed as Leatherface. Instinctively, Itetsu grabs him by the collar, but it turns out that this masked man is Hiraka Shion, the chief of the 5th section and a psychic investigator. Oh, and if that's not wild enough, he's also the son of the chief of the Metropolitan Police. Shion explains that he created the 5th section to deal with paranormal murder cases. He tests Itsu's knowledge of famous serial killers, showing him a list of notorious criminals like Jeffrey Dahmer and Ted Bundy. In America, these killers are practically pop culture icons with trading cards and all. But in Japan, criminals are despised, so Shion made his own set of Japanese serial killer cards, packed with every twisted detail of their crimes. Itetsu, who has a deep-seated hatred for criminals, rips one of the cards in disgust, declaring that all of these monsters deserve to burn in hell. This intense drive is exactly why Shion picked him. He then hits Itetsu with a life-altering offer. What if he could bring back the lives of the killers as victims? Would he risk everything to go back in time and prevent these horrific murders before they even happen? Well, Shion has the power to send people back to the past. If Itetsu can successfully stop the crimes, the entire outcome will be rewritten, including possibly preventing the execution of these killers, giving society a chance to understand why they committed such heinous acts. One of these killers could even be the one responsible for murdering Itetsu's own family. Fueled by the chance of revenge and redemption, he's all in. Shion loves his enthusiasm, but if he fails, there's no coming back. Shion shapes his hand to a gun and points it to Itetsu's forehead. Bang! Itetsu finds himself waking up, chained up in a dark room, in the body of a teenage girl. Itetsu wakes up in the body of Haruka, one of the victims of a notorious serial killer. Haruka and another girl, Junko, have been trapped in the killer's basement for a month, and Itetsu knows from the case files that Junko is going to die soon. Suddenly, the killer, Izaki Yoshinobu, walks in wearing a grotesque outfit made from the breast of his 6 previous victims. He checks if Junko is lactating, but when she isn't, he brutally cuts off her breast and knocks Itetsu out after he tries to fight back. When Itetsu wakes up, Junko's severed head is lying next to him. Izaki leaves him alive, having high expectations for him. He drugs Itetsu and forces him to drink milk, keeping him weak and under control. Later, Izaki brings in another victim and repeats the horrific cycle. Itetsu realizes he has one advantage: his knowledge of the case. He knows that Izaki, a former prep school teacher, used his charm to lure young women into his car before imprisoning them. A former prep school teacher used his charm to lure young women into his car before imprisoning them in his basement. The only survivor, Nishino Nanami, escaped after a metal fixture in the basement broke by coincidence. But Itetsu doesn't have that kind of time, since Haraku dies in just 1 week. Itetsu remembers a key detail from the case and confides in Nanami, revealing that he's from the future and that he needs her help. The next day, an earthquake hits, just as Itetsu had predicted. The ceiling cracks under the metal fixture, but before they can act, Izaki returns. He warns Itetsu that if he doesn't start lactating in 3 days, he'll kill him too. 2 days later, Itetsu and Nanami break the metal joint and start their escape. Itetsu knows Izaki won't be home since it's exam season, and his routine is very predictable. Twice daily feedings on work days, and then 3 times on his day off. As they make their way through the house, they notice a light in one of the rooms. Thinking that it may be a way out, Nanami bursts in only to find a dead body. In their panic, Izaki appears behind them. Meanwhile, back in the present, Haruka has swapped places with Itetsu, and Shion takes care of her, asking if she remembers anything that could explain Izaki's behavior. She recalls a memory of Izaki defending a boy who was being mocked for being a mama's boy, which seemed innocent at the time but now feels pretty significant. In the past, Izaki reveals he's suspicious of Itetsu, sensing something off about Haruka's eyes. To test him, he sets up a trap by skipping the noon feeding. Just then, a TV in the background flickers to life, showing footage of Izaki as an adult being breastfed by his mother. Izaki tries to grab Itetsu, but he slips out and uses a move that he taught his sister for self-defense, knocking Izaki to the ground. They barricade the door and try to call the police, but the lines are jammed due to the earthquake. Nanami decides to go for a different route though. Izaki breaks through the barricade but sees no one inside, just an open window. Itetsu and Nanami make a run for it, but Itetsu's injured leg slows them down. They spot a flashlight in the distance and it turns out to be Nanami's boyfriend, who she contacted using a pager code. But as they approach him, Izaki stabs him in the side. Izaki swings at Nanami, but Itetsu tackles her out of the way, still holding on to his one weapon, his knowledge of Izaki's past. He begins taunting him, bringing up the trauma of his mother's suicide and the affair his father had with another woman. The reason he goes after high school girls is because the woman his father was having an affair with was a student of his, which caused his mother to be overprotective over Izaki, even when he was still in high school, protecting him from other girls. When Izaki became a teacher like his father, his mother offed herself, and from then on, he's had a hatred towards high school girls and his mother, and he's currently being haunted by his mother every day, seeing her everywhere. Izaki snaps, enraged by his words, charges at him, but Itetsu fights back, wrestling him into a headlock. Izaki overpowers him, nearly strangling him when the police finally arrive to arrest Izaki. Itetsu successfully saves Haruka, and Nanami thanks him for everything. In a weird twist, Horaku's father, the chief of the prefecture police, shows up to retrieve his daughter. Itetsu is confused though. He never knew one of the victims was connected to such a high-ranking officer. Back in the present, Shion celebrates Itetsu's return and shows him an article detailing Izaki's life sentence. Not only did Itetsu save Horaka, but also prevented Izaki's execution, giving society a chance to understand his warped psyche. However, Itetsu is frustrated that he couldn't save Junko, questioning why Shion's powers can't do more. Shion explains that his ability only allows him to send him into bodies of victims, never the killers, due to their immense murderous intent. He also doesn't control which victim he ends up in, it's all random. But with Itetsu's knowledge and Shino's powers, they can keep on saving lives. Maybe even one day, Itetsu's family. The arc ends with a chilling scene where Shion meets with Haruka's father, who is shocked to hear that someone his daughter mentioned 30 years ago turned out to be real. With a sinister smile, Shion gets down to business with him. But before we get to the next part, I just want to say that we now have a Discord server. So if you guys want to talk about your favorite series, get recommendations, and just connect with some like-minded fans of mine, then this is the server for you. We'll soon be hosting live community events like games, live reactions, and live readings only on the Discord server. So if you want to be involved in this, then why not scroll down and join our community? But back to the video. The card game continues, and Itetsu's next target is Maju Shizuka, a nurse who poisoned at least 4 confirmed patients by tampering with their IVs. Many of the suspected patients were covered up as just natural deaths, so the real number could easily excel 50. Shino taps Itetsu's forehead and bang! Suddenly, Itetsu wakes up in the body of a child named Hino Shota. As he trembles out of the bed, he locks eyes with Maijo, who snaps at him to stop messing around and storms out. Itetsu quickly realizes that he's in a hospital surrounded by patients and future victims. He needs to act fast, but as a kid, he knows calling out Maju directly just won't work. He'll need some proof. Hino's mother visits and brings him a soccer ball signed by all of his teammates with messages of just encouragement. Another patient, an old woman named Akai Haru, gives Hino a juice box. Haru was the final victim in the Maju case, and it was her clutching Maju's pocket watch that played a key role in Maju's eventual arrest. Itetsu must keep up the appearance of being a child so he doesn't arouse suspicion like he did last time. As he's walking down the hall, he sees a kid playing Pokemon Heart Gold on a DS. He borrows the DS, helping the kid defeat a tough enemy in the game, which brings back memories of him playing with his little brothers. This gives him an idea. He could use the DS's camera to gather evidence. He overhears a doctor berating Maju over a patient's death, accusing her of screwing up the dosage again, just like she did 1 year ago. She denies it though, but the doctor isn't convinced. The hospital director intervenes, pulling Maju aside, telling her that he'll cover for her, just like he did before. From atop of a nearby shelf, Itetsu listens intensely. In the present timeline, Hino Shota is ecstatic, enjoying his new role as the young police officer, and relieved that he won't need surgery. But Shino wants to give him a taste of fear. Back in the hospital, Maju is about to inject a patient with a lethal dose, but Itetsu catches her in the act and quickly snaps a picture on the DS. After she leaves, Itetsu rushes to stop the IV from harming the patient. As he exits the room, Maju confronts him, suspicious of his behavior. He panics and runs, but Hino's body isn't fit for such stress. and his heart condition starts acting up. Maijo finds him struggling to breathe in his bed, sweating profusely. She takes the DS, claiming that it's bad for his health, and then leaves. The next morning, 4 more patients die in the same mysterious way. The director covers it up as an illness, just like the other victim. Time is running out. Hino's surgery is in 2 days, and Itetsu needs the DS back to expose Maju. However, with the help from the girl in the next bed, she sneaks into Maju's office to retrieve it. As they're about to leave, they hear a noise and find the girl knocked unconscious. Someone runs down the hallway and Itetsu chases after them, only to find Haru laying on the floor. She claims she was heading to the bathroom and finds the pocket watch on the ground. Before Itetsu leaves, he stares down at the hallway, sensing something odd. The next day, Maju confronts Itetsu for stealing the DS, and she storms out of the room. That's when Itetsu had a breakthrough. That night, as the killer prepares to strike again, Itetsu reveals the truth. Akeharu is the real culprit. Her distinct footsteps gave her away, and her excuse about going to the bathroom didn't make any sense, considering the location of the restroom. Haru confesses, but her motive isn't malicious. She believes that she's saving the patients from their suffering, giving them salvation, and then putting all of the blame on Maju for mishandling their care. Itetsu had been recording the entire conversation on the DS, and as he runs to find a nurse, Haru catches up, violently throwing him against the walls of the hospital. Itetsu tries to fight back, but Hino's heart condition flares up again. Just as Haru is about to inject him with a lethal dose, Maju walks in. Haru takes Itetsu hostage, demanding Maju inject herself or she'll kill him. Maju complies, but before she can go through with it, Hino's soccer ball flies through the air, striking Haru in the head. The little girl from the hospital room had thrown it, and she wasn't alone. She had also brought a security guard. With their help, Itetsu takes down Haru, and she asks him who he really is, and he replies that he's from the future. However, she seems glad that there's someone else with the same sort of power. But before she can say any more, she swallows a cyanide pill and dies on the spot. Itetsu gives Maijin the DS and switches back to Hino. Hino's confused and scared until he sees Itetsu's note on the soccer ball, to live strong. Back in the present, Itetsu finds a mysterious envelope on Shino's desk from Haruka's father. As he walks down the hall, he sees Shino entering a secret room filled with material from the cases they've traveled back to. Itetsu confronts Shino, demanding to know what he's been hiding. Shino deflects it, saying it was only a matter of time before he showed him the room. He also claims that he's been talking with Haruka's father about Haruka and what she's doing now that the future has changed. When Itetsu presses him about Haru's comments that someone else has their powers, Shino brushes it off, telling him not to worry, that is just the grandmother's imagination. As he walks away with that sinister grin on his face. The arc ends with Itetsu crossing the street when a man presses a gun to his back. The man has one simple command: stop digging into the alternate present. He tells him to cross the street and not to look back. When Itetsu finally does cross the street, he turns around and the man is gone. Psycho-Pass takes the award of the best way to use time travel in a horror manga. This series is a great anthology mystery series where every little detail from every case affects the future timeline and is very, very important. Every detail from a bunch of different cases manages to sometimes show up for the main plot, affecting the whole way that the other cases are handled. The only thing I don't like about it is that it doesn't highly impact the future, or at least that we kind of know of. I would like to see the bigger impacts of this world. I mean, these are massive serial killers in Japan, so I feel like regulations and big world events will also be affected as well. That's really the only complaint I have, because I feel like we're going to be seeing bigger impacts of these scenarios in the future. I love the art, I love the gore, I love the messed up imagery, I love the cases, and I love the approach to the cases. For example, the first case was more of a mystery of how Itetsu can escape in a body that's weaker than his, and the second case is more of a how can I get evidence that this killer did it, with a twist of who's actually the killer. I'm guessing every other case will be different too. Maybe a case of like a cyberbully serial killer or something like that. So while there's the mystery of the cases, there's also something going on in the main story with Shino and the 5th section. I can't really guess what his plan is. We know that he's trying to examine the psychology of the serial killers, but I don't know why. And I also don't know why he's talking to people close to the case in the future. Maybe to see what's changed, but I honestly think that he's just trying to recruit. I think he has plans to build up the 5th section in secret, and then have Haruka and Hino join him. I think the man who held the gun behind Itetsu is Hino Shota, working for Shino to keep Itetsu in his place. Itetsu is Hino Shota, working for Shino to keep Itetsu in his place. To me, this makes a lot of sense. Also, I think that Shino is lying about that picking the victims at random. I think he's specifically picking those victims so he can use later in the future. You can really drag out this series for a couple of 100 chapters, to be honest. It is going to be hard to correlate all of these factors together, but I think if the recruiting theory is the real plan, then it's not too far-fetched. Overall, I really do love this series. I love the concept and the mystery. It's all just dragging me back in. I'm like addicted to this series. I want way more chapters out. And if you guys love it too, then let's go ahead and the YouTube police have been suspiciously nice to me lately. Funny how we're gonna be covering the manga that keeps on getting me flagged. The series Psycho-Pass follows Itetsu, a detective that time travels to the past to stop brutal crimes. The catch is that he travels back to the bodies of random citizens or victims that were near the crime. However, he's not the one with the power to time travel, as throughout the story, Hideka is shown to be a very odd individual and keeps Itetsu out of the loop for most situations, including how his time travel powers really work. It tells a long-term story within short couple of cases in between. In the last video, Itetsu traveled to Tatsumi Island as a teenager and exposed the real killers behind a gruesome murder that he thought was related to his own parents' murder. But then those murderers were just pawns in something much bigger, a hidden crime organization pulling the strings. Now Itetsu's thrown into a new case, but this time there are no trails to follow, no clues, no leads. It's a cold case that has never been solved. So can Itetsu crack a case with zero information going in? And more importantly, how long until we uncover the truth behind his parents' murder? This whole month we are going to be doing a voting poll, taking votes for your favorite horror manga or manhwa. The series with the most votes will be getting a video review released July 30th. The winner will be announced on July 1st, so go down in the description below and click on the Google form to begin voting now. But without further ado, let's get on with the video. On Halloween night, 1996, the Hoshina family was brutally murdered. The killer remained at the scene for an extended period, taking the time to dismantle the bodies. Despite the gruesome nature of the crime, there were no witnesses, and the killer was never caught. The case shares many similarities with the murder of Itetsu's parents, particularly the level of brutality and the fact that it remains unsolved. However, it's unlikely that the same person committed both crimes, as the Hoshina murders occurred in 1996, while Itetsu's case took place in 2010. At the time, the police had 3 suspects, but due to a lack of evidence, none were arrested. Each of the 3 had a clear motive, as they were unusually friendly towards Eri, the eldest daughter of the Hoshina family. The first suspect, Takuto, was a senior at Eri's school who had confessed his love to her multiple times, but was always rejected. The second, Hasegawa, was Eri's tutor. He stalked her, and was eventually caught by her mother and then fired. The third and final suspect, Koji, was an employee at a convenience store that Eri frequently visited. He had sent her multiple messages through her pager and had previously been convicted of earwig. So in summary, the case most likely stems from someone stalking her, someone whose obsession turned violent. Now my prediction is that suspect number 2 could be the culprit. First off, suspect number 1 doesn't seem like he has a deranged motive or reasoning to go and kill Eri and her family, especially in the brutality that it was in. The third suspect, while automatically seeming guilty, seems too likely to be the culprit. Most likely just there to be the decoy. So that just leaves suspect number 2, but I am still a bit iffy on this pick. Itetsu hopes he doesn't get transferred into Eddie's sister. Hideka prepares his fingers, then tells Itetsu that he has a little surprise waiting for him on the other side. He points his fingers and bang! Itetsu is transferred into the body of Eddie's 6-year-old sister, Sera. Itetsu curses out Hideka, but quickly calms down. Even though he's taken over a child's body before, Sera is the youngest host he's ever had. He figures out the date, October 29th, less than 3 days before the murders. It's not enough time to investigate, so he tries to convince the family to return to their hometown. But it doesn't work. Sera has to go to school. Suddenly, Eddie's pager goes off. Itetsu tries to see the message, but Eddie brushes it off, saying that it's just a friend. Around this time, Eddie was constantly receiving pager messages, but they were untraceable since the killer used public payphones. Eddie would often be followed on her way home, and one day, the family's front door was covered with papers containing malicious threats. The police were contacted, but because stalking cases weren't taken seriously back then, the authorities didn't do enough to protect the family. Due to Sera's age, the entire family kept the stalking situation hidden from her, making it impossible for Itetsu to get any useful information directly. So, he heads to the local police station to find an officer. But pretending to be a 6-year-old girl is extremely difficult. One complaint in the last few cases that I had was that Itetsu wasn't trying hard enough to blend in. Sometimes he tries and then he just immediately drops the act, other times he just doesn't even bother acting. But here, at least he's trying. Even though he's failing, it counts for something. He attempts to warn the police, including the police officer in charge of the case, but he's ignored because of Sera's age. Itetsu runs off, but not before the police officer noticing that Sera is acting very differently. Since the police are no help, Itetsu declares that he'll solve the case himself. He believes there must be something the police missed during the original investigation. Suddenly, a police officer on a bike appears behind him. Itetsu panics until he realizes who the officer is. His father, Godai. Godai offers to take Sera to school, but Itetsu realizes that this is an opportunity. He could involve his father in the investigation, though doing so might negatively affect the future. Godai brings him into the station and calls the school, saying Sera needs to miss class today. Godai and his partner Shiba vow to protect Sera until she feels safe returning home. Itetsu tells them about the stalking situation, and Godai immediately springs into action. The first thing he does is increase the patrols around the Hoshina household. However, Itetsu urges him to investigate the 3 suspects. Shiba hesitates, saying there are probably better people for this kind of work. Godai agrees to take Sera home first, and then plans to contact the higher-ups. Itetsu asks to use the bathroom, but escapes through the window. Determined to prevent another tragedy like the last case, Itetsu breaks into an apartment and finds a horrific wall covered in photos of naked and abused women. As he searches the apartment, he finds a drawer with potential evidence. Suddenly, the 3rd suspect, Koji, appears behind him and demands to know who he is. Itetsu pretends he's at the wrong apartment and tries to leave, but Koji grabs him and slams him to the ground. He recognizes Sera as Eddie's little sister and decides to hold her hostage to get Eddie. The door bursts open. Godai arrives and arrests Koji. Itetsu even finds weed in Koji's drawer. Godai is so well liked by the neighborhood that the locals helped him track down Sera's whereabouts. With Koji gone, it seems like the stalking case might be solved. Itetsu then does something bold. He reveals that he's a police officer from 26 years into the future, sent to prevent the murder of the Hoshina family. As they walk towards Sierra's house, he explains everything to Godai, but their moment is interrupted by screams. Eddie is yelling in front of the house. The front door has been vandalized with the word "kill" graffitied across it, and 5 dead crows laying on the ground. Other officers arrive, including the one in charge of the case, Seshira. Eddie tells them that she received a pager message an hour ago warning that someone would kill her. That means that one of the 2 suspects has to be the killer. Godai insists that the case must now be treated with extreme seriousness and finally understands why Sera was so desperate to find the police. Seshira agrees and vows to catch the culprit as soon as possible. But what they don't know is that the real killer is watching them from just a block away. At the station, a new group of officers arrive and kicks Seshira off the case. These new officers try to pressure the family into signing a contract allowing them to drop the investigation and focus on other more important cases. Godai, furious, rips the contract in front of them, saying the police exist to protect people's lives, not abandon them. Eddie's father arrives, and their mother confronts him for not being there for Eddie. The father apologizes, explaining that he was delivering very important documents, papers that could expose a hidden evil in the country. We learn that the father, Takashi, is an investigative journalist, and the seeker he's chasing might be connected to the same organization involved in the previous case. If that's true, then the story might be tying back into the mysterious organization, possibly even connected to the murder of Itetsu's parents. So, this is huge. This case might just be one of the most important ones out of all of the cases that we have already read. Back in the present, Hideka is now playing with Seta, who is now in Itetsu's body. He offers her a purple flower, a symbolic item traditionally used in sacrifices to the gods. He tells her that when she wakes up, she needs to tell her father to stop investigating if he wants to protect his family. This entire sequence is insane. We're learning so much with just so little information. This scene may have just linked Hideka directly to the evil organization from the island, which is possibly even tying him to the murder of Itetsu's family. There are just so many things going on here, and I am hyped for the rest of this arc. Back to 1996, Godai is now protecting both Eddie and Seta at his house, while the parents remain at the police station. As they enter the home, Itetsu, inside of Seta's body, comes face to face with his mother and baby self. He freaks out at first, but later during dinner, tries his mother's special stew and begins to cry, overwhelmed with emotion at being able to taste the cooking again. After dinner, Itetsu and Godai head to the balcony, where Godai smokes a cigarette. He mentions that he no longer smokes inside because he doesn't want the baby to grow up addicted, which we know didn't really work. Itetsu thanks Godai for letting them stay at his house. Godai then asks for his name, but Itetsu dodges the question, saying that it's confidential. Godai accepts and says that if they survive this case, they'll surely meet again. Unbeknownst to them though, the killer is watching, getting ready to strike. But before we get to the next part, I just want to say that we now have a Discord server. So if you guys want to talk about your favorite series, get recommendations, and just connect with some like-minded fans of mine, then this is the server for you. We'll soon be hosting live community events like games, live reactions, and live readings only on the Discord server. So if you want to be involved in this, then why not scroll down and join our community. Also, we just opened up a Patreon, so if you guys want early access videos, uncensored videos, and just to support the channel in general, then why not go ahead and check out the Patreon. But back to the video. At the police station, a sketchy looking man enters and asks Shiba if Godai works there. Shiba confirms that he does and asks if the man needs anything, but the man simply thanks him and leaves. Moments later, Godai enters and Shiba informs him about the strange visitor, mentioning that the man was carrying a picture of Godai and Seta. Godai asks what the man looked like, and Shiba describes him as someone with a face tattoo and earrings. None of the three suspects had tattoos or earrings, so who is this guy? The first suspect, Takuto, is seen riding a bike with a girl when Godai approaches him. Godai says that he's investigating a case and has heard disturbing rumors about the bar that he works at. Takuto attempts to flee, but Godai chases after him. Suddenly, a bus comes out of nowhere. As Takuto continues running, Itetsu appears and throws a street cone at his head, stopping him. Godai luckily avoided being hit, but as he tries to capture Takuto, the second suspect, Hasegawa, intervenes. He asks why Seta is far from home. Godai explains that she's helping with the investigation and then questions Hasegawa about Eddie. Surprisingly, Hasegawa apologizes. He admits that he and Eddie had feelings for each other, but Eddie's mom forced them to break up. His feelings never went away, and when he heard that she was being harassed, he would always stay close by to try to protect her. Hasegawa offers to help with the case, but he says that he's busy the following day and can't meet. Itetsu confirms Hasegawa's alibi, but was unaware that he and Eddie had once been romantically involved. Itetsu asks what happened to Godai's bike, and is revealed that the brakes were cut. Godai tells him about the strange man from earlier, and Itetsu grows worried that he might have dragged his own father into danger. Godai says that they need to investigate Takuto at the bar that he works at, especially since the bar has a secret menu involving prostitutes. We cut to the bar. Takuto is thanking someone for helping him earlier, and that person turns out to be Hasegawa, who is sitting with two girls in his arms. the tatted man enters and tells Hasegawa that he successfully warned Godai. Hasegawa then mutters that it's all Eddie's fault. If she won't be his, then she must die. This moment is interesting because it's the first time that the killer has been revealed without Itetsu finding out. While I do believe that this twist could have been revealed at the beginning or the end of this arc, it's still pretty interesting to see how this plays out. That night, Godai talks to Eddie about her past with Hasegawa. Although they liked each other, they never dated. Hasegawa had wanted Eddie to do side jobs, mainly going on paid dates with other men, but she rejected him multiple times. Godai suspects Hasegawa is connected to the bar Takuto works at. After digging into it, Godai discovers that while the bar is owned by Hasegawa's father, it's actually run by Hasegawa himself. Now he has concrete ties connecting Hasegawa, Takuto, and the tatted man. Still don't know how he connected the tatted man to the other two people, but he thinks that Hasegawa doesn't like getting dirty, so he just hires a bunch of thugs, and he might think that the tatted man might be a thug that works with him, but they don't really explain actually how he thinks of this. To catch all three, Godai devises a plan involving the Hoshina household. The next day, Eddie is brought home by her father while Takuto and the tatted man watch from a distance. Later that night, when the household is asleep, they sneak in using a spare key Hasegawa had from when he used to tutor there. They enter Eddie's bedroom, and Takuto prepares to attack her, only to be kicked in the stomach by an undercover officer disguised as Eddie. She arrests him, while Godai enters the room and takes down the tatted man. Both are arrested, and it is revealed that Shishida helped Godai orchestrate the sting operation. With the case seemingly solved, they await the arrest warrant for Hasegawa. But then, in a shocking twist, Shishida opens the balcony window and climbs into the neighboring room where Eddie and Seta are sleeping. It's revealed that Shishida is the true stalker and killer. So that last statement that I made, yeah, let's just throw that straight into the garbage. But honestly, this is still a really cool twist. Shishida prepares to kill Eddie, but Itetsu suddenly hits him in the head with a bag, exposing the stalker's identity to Eddie. Shishida insists that he isn't a stalker and claims that his love for Seta is mutual. We learn that he became obsessed with Seta after he was first assigned to investigate the case. Seta once gave him a ring pop to thank him for helping Eddie, but Seta misinterpreted it as a proposal. He decided to kill Eddie because that was the only way that he can continue seeing Seta, by making a brand new case. He had known that Hasegawa was guilty but chose not to arrest him so he could keep prolonging his contact with Seta. He even added more layers to the case by sending messages to her pager and then writing threats on their door. Back at the Hoshina house, the police leave, and Godai begins looking into the documents Takashi had gathered. Back in the apartment, Itetsu's mother enters and urges Eddie and Itetsu to run, but the door had been barricaded from the outside. Itetsu tries to call the police, but Shishida stops him and gets hit in the head with a book bag. Shishida quickly gets up and chokes out Itetsu till he goes unconscious. Itetsu wakes up tied up with his mouth covered and sees that Eddie and his mother are also restrained. Shishida vows to kill them all and leave Seta alive so that the case will remain unsolved. As he raises his weapon to strike Eddie, Godai bursts in and fights Shishida. Shishida stabs Godai in the chest, but Seta's book bag had blocked the blade, giving Godai a chance to subdue him. Earlier, Itetsu had secretly sent a message to Eddie's pager, which Godai had in his possession. Shishida then pulls out a gun and declares that Seta is his. A gunshot rings out, but it's Shishida who had been hit. Shiba had fired the shot, and Godai arrests Shishida. Shishida's own partner escorts him away, slapping him across the face. For the first time ever, Itetsu has solved the case without anybody dying. He says his goodbyes and shares a private moment with his father. Godai mentions that during the near bus accident, he heard Itetsu call him Dad. He then asks if Itetsu is his son. After some hesitation, Itetsu tries to explain about the past and his family's murder, but Shiba interrupts. He thanks Itetsu for his help and goes to shake his hand. And in that moment, Itetsu notices a small scar on Shiba's hand, the same scar that the intruder had. Before he can say anything, Itetsu is suddenly transferred back to the present, now in his own body. The surprise that Hidaka had mentioned earlier wasn't about swapping bodies with Seta or Godai being a part of the case, but that the true intruder was Mikoshiba, and Hideka knew about it. The next day, Itetsu researches the 1996 case. Instead of a massacre, is now officially documented as a failed stalking and murder case. Sashida had a disturbing fondness for children, and his superiors were aware of it, which is why they tried to keep him off the case. Despite being a stalker, Itetsu doesn't believe Shishida was the true killer. He investigates Shiba and learns that he received multiple medals for his role in the Shishida case, but then quit the force 2 years later and then disappeared off the face of the earth. Itetsu regrets not telling Godai everything, believing that it might have just saved his family if he did. Now, he suspects Shiba might be behind both the Hoshina and his own family's murders. Itetsu realizes that the article Takashi had written might hold key evidence, but Takashi had died in a suspicious fall, exactly 2 years after the Shishida case, which lines up perfectly with Shiba's disappearance. Itetsu vows to find Mikoshiba and make him confess everything. He searches for Hideka, but discovers that he's in hiding. That's when someone approaches him, a journalist that he's meeting for the first time ever, Sera Hoshina. They sit down at a cafe. Sera asks if Itetsu is the one who swapped bodies with her 26 years ago. She's excited, because thanks to the changes Itetsu made in the past, she became part of his early life. She explains what happened from her perspective. After returning to her own body, Godai immediately recognized that it was Sera. When she said that she had just been in the body of someone named Godai, Godai then realizes that his son had grown up to be a great police officer. Even after the case ended, he continued to protect Eddie and Sera, until Godai moved away and then was brutally murdered. Sera doesn't believe her father's death was an accident. A few days before he died, Godai had visited Takashi, who knew he was going to die, and trusted Godai with everything that he had uncovered about the Tatsunami Island and the hidden evils within the country. That's the same island from Itetsu's last case. The Tatsunami Island massacre happened in 2004, 6 years after Takashi's death. She believed Takashi was killed for knowing too much, possibly alongside the Godai family. Sera now wants to carry on her father's legacy and expose the truth. Itetsu agrees to help her and tells her everything about Shiba and Hideka. He asks her to help track down Mikoshiba, and she agrees. Unbeknownst to them, a man in a hoodie gets up from a nearby table, speaking into an earpiece. He says, Sera's pieces are falling into place, and Hideka responds, then move on to the next phase. The man in the hoodie is revealed to be Hinoshota, the little boy whose body Itetsu had swapped with in his second case. A week passes, and Hideka still hasn't returned to work. At Sera's job, she finds herself stuck, unable to find any clues or evidence on Shiba, until she receives a letter that reads, I can tell you the hideout of Mikoshiba, the person you're looking for. The letter includes Shiba's address. Sera and Itetsu go into the apartment, expecting it to be a trap. When they arrive, they notice that the door is already unlocked. They cautiously enter, just as Shota leaves the building. Itetsu screams out for Shiba and walks in on him laying on the ground with knives stabbing him in the upper body. Itetsu demands to know who did this, but Shiba whispers that he knows the person who really killed his family. But before he can say it, Hideka appears behind Itetsu. Shiba points and calls out, Hideka, just before dying. Hideka says that it's a shame he died, but Itetsu gets up and pins Hideka to the wall. Sera asks Hideka if he knows about the letter, but Hideka denies it. He was just tracking Itetsu on his phone because he was worried about him. Itetsu calls him out on his lie, accusing him of killing Shiba. Itetsu demands to know if he killed his parents, but Hideka replies, if you really want to know, then ask Shiba who the real killer is again. Itetsu is confused, but Hideka points his finger at Itetsu's head and bang! Itetsu wakes up in the body of a woman named Tomomi, cooking dinner for her family. Itetsu can't identify her, but suddenly, someone is at the door. It's the police, and they're there to question Tomomi on the suspicion of murder. And we are ending it off there. In just one arc, we learned so many things, so many twists and turns. This is easily my #1 favorite arc of the entire series so far. There are a couple of series that, for the life of me, YouTube hates to see me cover. Psychopaths was a great example as to what YouTube doesn't want me to post. Even YouTube age restricted and demonetized that video for a little while just because of the amount of graphic content in that series. So I bet YouTube would hate it if I just covered it even more. So today, we're doing just that, and going over the next case to see if it's just as graphic as the last one.
But if you guys want to see more anime content like this one, then why not go down and hit that subscribe button.
But without further ado, let's get on with the video. Itetsu had returned to Hidaka, prepared to tackle another case. Yet the events of the previous day gnawed at him. Was Hidaka somehow involved in that? He dismissed the thought for now. Plus, even if he did ask, Hidaka wouldn't answer him. The priority was solving as many cases as possible, itching closer to the truth about his family's murder. Today's case card revealed a serial killer from 2011, Kosaka Junutsuke, infamously known as the brainwashing puppeteer. Kosaka had confined 2 families, 9 people in total, and orchestrated their deaths without ever lifting a hand himself. Using manipulation, he forced them to kill each other under the threat of violent torture. Together with his wife, Kyoko, Kosaka turned murder into a grotesque spectacle, a twisted show where the families fought for survival as he watched, smiling. What stood out to Itetsu was the proximity of these cases to the site of his own family's murder. Was there a connection? Determined to stop him, Itetsu barely registered Hidaka pointing his finger gun at him and whispering, "Bang." Itetsu found himself standing in a classroom, dressed as a teacher. Confused, he scanned the room, his mind racing. The reports never mentioned anything of one of Kosaka's victims being teachers. The students noticed his bewildered state, laughing nervously. Suddenly, one student spoke up, defending him and asking if he felt unwell. Itetsu's eyes snapped to the boy. It was Kosaka Junutsuke. But why had he been sent to this time? There was no record of Kosaka committing crimes in his youth. Desperate to maintain his cover, Itetsu noticed a banquet of flowers on a desk and asked who they were. The students' mood turned serious. The flowers were for Asami Yuko, a classmate who had recently died in an accident. Itetsu's abrupt questioning unsettled the students even further, and they began whispering among themselves. He realized he needed more information. Suddenly, the school bell rang, providing him an excuse to leave the classroom. The students are wondering why the teacher was acting so weird, as Kosaka gives him an ominous stare. The 2 students ask Kosaka if they could divine their career paths, as he agrees to do it. In the teacher's lounge, Itetsu pieced together the identity of his new host, Takasugi Yuya, a 24-year-old high school teacher in 1986. Why had Hidaka sent him here? Was Asami's death somehow connected to Kosaka? Was it all calculated by Hidaka? What is he scheming? All of these questions are stressing him out and he's in need of a smoke. A teacher is smoking in the lounge and Tetsu asks for one, but his new body isn't really used to it. However, the smoking does help him clear his head. Seeking clarity, Itetsu asked another teacher about Kosaka. The response was consistent with the reports. Kosaka was a model student, well-liked and academically excelled. The teacher added that Kosaka had been instrumental in helping the class recover from Asama's death. He asked the teacher for the report of her death. Later, Itetsu stood by the pool, holding a photo of Asami. The report stated that she had drowned after sneaking into the school with 3 students late at night. Kosaki wasn't named as one of the 3 with her. Officially, it was an accident. But was it really? Itetsu called in one of those 3 students for questioning. One of the students is confused on why she has to recall the incident. Itetsu made a fast excuse of saying that he's starting over with the investigation. The girl claimed Asami had become obsessed with the occult and had wanted to take spirit photos to sell the TV station. She insisted that they had separated that night only to find Asami's lifeless body in the pool. Rumors about an evil spirit haunting the pool persisted, but Itetsu wasn't convinced. He shifted his questioning, asking if Asami had been close to Kosaka. The girl is uncomfortable with that question, clearly unnerved, as another female student watches in the hall. As he wandered the halls, pondering his next move, a girl approached him and asked to speak in private. On the rooftop, she revealed that Asami's death was not an accident. She had changed after meeting Kosaka, though unsure if they were dating. She she overheard unsettling conversations between them. Before she could elaborate, her friends interrupted, dragging her away to help out with some math problems. She promised to meet Itetsu after school in the same spot. As Itetsu stands there, Kurosaka also lays around there, listening. Itetsu is seen in a shopping center after Taniguchi never showed up after school. Since there are no smartphones in this time period, Itetsu is having trouble finding his way to Takasugi's house. On the way, he sees a young female student is arguing with an older student, saying that she was hitting on him first, but the woman says that she would never let him hit. Itetsu intervenes, asking what are they doing, but the older student tells him to stay out of his way and swings at him. Itetsu dodges it and puts him in a wrist lock. The older student begs him to let him go as he runs away. The girl thanks him and introduces herself as Satomi, from a different high school called East Musashi High. Itetsu introduces himself as Takasugi, a teacher from North Masushi High. Satomi hears that he's a teacher and wants to give him a special reward for saving her, but he just asks for a box of cigarettes. She gives him the box and asks if there's anything else that she could do for him. He asks if she knows a guy named Kurosaka. Thankfully, she has heard rumors about him from a friend. She says that he's pretty popular and asks what about him. Itetsu then says that he needs information on him in order to change the future. Satomi doesn't really quite understand, but she will help him in gathering information on him. The next morning, Kurosaka greeted Itetsu with a chilling, polite demeanor. He warns him that he can see all sorts of things and sees that there's a black aura eating away at him. Perhaps a terrible disaster will befall him soon. Actually, it's already behind him. Suddenly, a scream pierced the air. Itetsu turns to see her body hitting the ground with a sickening thud. Everyone is shocked as Kurosaka stands there, smiling. Police then arrive and consider it a suicide. After all, there was even a suicide eating away at him. Perhaps a terrible disaster will befall him soon. Actually, it's already behind him. Suddenly, a scream pierced the air. Itetsu turns to see her body hitting the ground with a sickening thud. Everyone is shocked as Kurosaka stands there, smiling. Police then arrive and consider it a suicide. After all, there was even a suicide note on the roof. However, Itetsu arrives and says that it's still too soon to jump to conclusions. Normally, when a person commits suicide by jumping to their death, they fall feet first most of the time. But she fell head first. What's more is that her back was facing the school building. In other words, it's much more likely that she was shoved off by somebody instead of jumping off by herself. There's a suspicion of murder, so he advises the cops to call a coroner from the 1st Investigation Division and then have NRIPS evaluate the handwriting. The officers dismissed him, asking why is he still here when he's done with the questioning. Frustrated but unable to argue any further, Itetsu was called to leave so they could join the school's emergency assembly held to mourn Taniguchi. In the classroom, students whisper among themselves about her death. Theories range from stress over exams to supernatural involvement, perhaps the same evil spirit that supposedly claimed Asumi. Itetsu clenches his fist in frustration. Taniguchi had known something important about Kosaka and Asumi, and now she's dead because of it. Kosaka gets everyone's attention, his voice calm and composed. Taniguchi is happy now. She has reunited with her best friend Asumi in heaven. Let us sacredly pray for her soul. This angers Itetsu, screaming at him to cut it out and that he knew something was going to happen. Before he reaches him, Itetsu trips over and demands to know who did it. The students are confused as Kawasaki mocks him on the ground and says that he was standing right in front of him when it happened. So what could he have possibly done? A horrific realization hits Itetsu. Kawasaki didn't need to get his hands dirty. His murders were orchestrated through manipulation and brainwashing, just like the crimes that he committed in the future. Even his wife had been a devoted accomplice handling the task of disposing the bodies. So, what if Kawasaki already has someone like his wife in his class? So the question now is, who was his accomplice? Determined to uncover the truth, Itetsu decided to shadow Kawasaki and brainstorm who the accomplice could be. First, the most obvious one could be the ones that were with Asami on the night that she died. But according to some testimonies, those three were in the classroom the entire time. half the class has an alibi, but the other half is unclear. But Kawasaka gets along with everybody in school, so it's difficult to narrow it down. Hell, it could even be someone from outside the school. That evening, as he is following him through the quiet streets, the sound of rustling leaves caught his attention. Turning, he spotted Satomi tailing Kosaki as well. She had been shadowing him all day, hoping to uncover his secrets. Kawasaki then appears next to him, asking what about his secrets. Itetsu quickly replied that he wanted to know the secret behind his popularity, as Satomi crawled away. Kawasaki says that he must be there about the matter. Itetsu is confused, but he plays along with it. Kawasaki takes him over to his house and discusses the matter, but Itetsu is hoping to find out what's going on between him and the teacher. Inside, Itetsu was struck by how normal Kawasaki's life is. His mother was kind, his room seemed ordinary at first glance. The file says that he was raised in a regular family environment with no issues. So why did he walk the path of a serial killer? A framed photo on the desk showed a soldier standing over kneeling villagers. Kawasaki's father had taken it, and the image encapsulates Kawasaki's worldview. There are two kinds of people in this world, the dominant and the dominated. Kawasaki slides them an envelope filled with 200,000 yen, as Kawasaki asks for the stuff. Itetsu then searches his bag but says that he forgot it at home. Kawasaki says that it's okay, it'll be for next time then. Back at Takasugi's apartment, Itetsu searches for clues about what Kawasaki wanted so desperately. A pile of magazines tumble to the floor, revealing secretly taken photos of Asami. One photo of her and Kawasaki together stood out. Itetsu finally understood Kawasaki's motive and why Taniguchi and Takasugi had to die. That night at school, Itetsu analyzes the students' alibis. Everyone in the classroom had an alibi that day. So could the accomplice be someone outside the class? But he can't investigate it since there's not enough time. His investigation hit a dead end until he overheard voices by the pool. Sneaking closer, Itetsu saw Kawasaki standing on the diving board, addressing his classmates, who kneeled in their underwear by the poolside, saying, "It's time for their last judgment." But before we get to the next part, I just want to say that we now have a Discord server. So if you guys want to talk about your favorite series, get recommendations, and just connect with some like-minded fans of mine, then this is the server for you. We'll soon be hosting live community events like games, live reactions, and live readings only on the Discord server. So if you want to be involved in this, then why not scroll down and join our community? But back to the video. It has been 49 days since Asumi's tragic death. According to Buddhist beliefs, after a person passes, they face judgment by the Great Yama every 7 days. On the 49th day, their fate is sealed. They either ascend to the Western Pure Land or remain tethered. Today is their final judgment. Will Asami make it to paradise? The answer, Kawasaki declares, lies in the photos he has just handed out. The photo taken the day before shows the pool with a fainted ghostly figure of Asami near the edge. When Taniguchi fell to her death, they all conspired to create flawless alibis. Kawasaka continued his sermon. According to Kawasaka, it was all the evil spirit of the pool that dragged Asumi in. And now he warns every student bears the sin of failing to save her. If Asumi can't move on, then none of them deserve peace either way. One of the students nervously interrupts, claiming that they have heard another student reportedly seeing Asami on the stairs just before Taniguchi fell from the roof. Kawasaka says that it is the wrath of Asami. At this rate, horrifying things are sure to occur, unless they take action to help her spirit pass before it is too late. The students visibly shake, plead for guidance. Kawasaki lifts his arms up and declares, "Pray to Haley's Comet." The students, desperate for salvation, begin to chant praises for the celestial body. Itetsu, watching from behind the fence, realizes the magazines in Takasugi's apartment about Haley's Comet weren't just random. They were a part of Kawasaki's manipulative setup. Kawasaka continues, Taniguchi was taken because she refused to participate in the rituals, but those who are faithful will be safe. As the comet passes, its light will purge all evil. Pray and receive its power. That's how he attained ESP. by dedicating himself for over 10 years. The students erupt into admiration for Kawasaki's supposed powers. However, he drops a sinister twist. Takasugi is possessed by the same spirit that claimed Asami. He hasn't been himself lately, and it's clear that the evil has taken root. They have no choice but to eliminate the spirit along with his soul. Realizing that he's been named the next target, Itetsu tries to sneak away, but as he shifts, his coffee can slips from his hand, clattering loudly into the ground. The students turn towards the noise, and when they check the area, all they find is the can. The next day at school, Itetsu feels the weight of his students' cold, escalating stares. Every step feels like walking on a tightrope as he tries to maintain his composure. Later, while heading home, a potted plant suddenly falls, narrowly missing him. From afar, he spots a figure with a malicious grin watching him. Back at his apartment, Itetsu finds Sotomi waiting for him. She says that she had critical information about Kawasaki and insists on coming inside. Reluctantly, he agrees, but as they enter, an unseen classmate snaps a photo of the two from the shadows. Inside, Satomi shares what she learned. A student had witnessed a ritual Kawasaki performed just before Asami drowned. Itetsu thanks her for the intel but warns her that it's too dangerous for her to get involved any further. Satomi, emotional and conflicted, suddenly throws herself at him, begging him to have his way with her. Itetsu then gently pulls her back, steadying her with firm hands on her shoulders. He tells her to protect herself out there before he gets up and leaves. As Satomi gathers herself, she notices the photos of Asami. Without hesitation, she slips one into her pocket, determined to protect Itetsu from any incrimination. Meanwhile, in the present, Hideka watches Takasugi nervously flipping through Itetsu's smartphone. Takasugi searches up naughty high school girls. He scrolls further, finding messages from Itetsu's younger sister expressing concern about his well-being. Takasugi suggests that he visits Itetsu's home to reassure his family. Hideka sees just how much Takasugi really likes high school girls and shows Takasugi a weekly magazine article about the lolicon teacher who committed Takasugi Yuya. Itetsu wakes up to a knock on the door. It's a reporter from the weekly Monday magazine, with an anonymous tip accusing him of bringing a high school student into his apartment. Itetsu insists that there's nothing inappropriate between them, but the cameraman attempts to blame Asami and Taniguchi